I'm in my Kids Bop era. About to listen to only Kids Bop all the time. Yo, Entropy. Yo, thanks, Adam. Yo, Adam, can you verify that my stream is detected on my like when you look at Discord, you know what we were talking about before. Can you see that I'm streaming? Okay, no worries. Bro, even the 1.5 year subscriber moon is that small. I just love it so much. Not sure. Happy Juneteenth. I'm gonna try really hard to not say anything racist today. Yo, Triforce. Welcome back. It's pretty hilarious that Misa and I both really don't like steak very much, but for some reason ended up getting steak recently because we both thought the other person wanted it or something. That's a terrible angle. Yo, Grumpy Dad Golf. How were your 100% runs last night? Good job, Misa. You did quite poorly. It happens. It happens. I have a plan B in case runs are going really poorly today. If I'm playing like shit and falling asleep, I'm gonna turn the stream off and take a nap and then come back after dinner and do more. But I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good today. Even though I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep through the night. I woke up at like 3:30 and started practicing. Nice, Adam. Eat steak for every meal. Yeah, I don't... I don't know what to say. I just have never loved steak that much. Don't know. Don't know. I've never been much of a foodie in general, though. But Misa is a foodie. And agrees with me, so I'm gonna stand by my... I'm gonna stick to my guns on this one. Steak sucks. Okay, the first like 2 times I read that comment, I thought it said to heat that skin up. For some reason it didn't faze me. For some reason I didn't even consider that that makes no fucking sense. What is Raidu? Oh, that's one of these SMT games with a really long title. Yo, Frank. I thought I would do a long stream to celebrate Juneteenth. Whatever that is. Do I like Sloppy Joe? It's something about black people. I know that. And that's worth celebrating, even if I don't know exactly what it is. Do I like Sloppy Joe? FMK, Sloppy Joe, Sleepy Joe, Joe Mama. Marks the day Lincoln freed the slaves. Cool. Like I said, worth celebrating. Wasn't sure about that position. Sloppy Joe is fun. Isn't it just like... It's just like ground beef with some sauce on a bun? Is that what a Sloppy Joe is? It's been a long time since elementary school. It's got a good name. A good name goes a long way, right? Like steak, boring. Sloppy Joe though? You know what I'm saying? It's like chili but on a bun. Somehow that really drives home just how sloppy it is. A clean Joseph. Now what would that be? Just like... That's just like a hamburger. That's just like a regular hamburger. I don't think I want to know what a messy Michael... messy Michael is. Does every male name have a sloppy food? Well, there's also jackfruit. And jack shit, I guess. Can I speedrun Chibi Robo next? Are you obsessed already? You should speedrun Chibi Robo. Although you definitely don't know the tech, because I've been watching you play, you do not know the tech. But yeah, I don't think it's a particularly interesting speed game. I don't know. I'm already locked in on 100% next anyway. Good job. Well, on the clip. Thanks. Thanks, Sam. Means a lot. What are you up to, Samp? What kind of gaming are you up to recently, ever since uninstalling League? Also, shout out Samp. Just a positive role model for the entire community here. Uninstalling League. Question marks? Why are we... Why question marks, man? You're doing push-ups? I'm taking all the credit? Thanks, Nina. Are you proud, or...? I'm low-key the Mr. Beast of Majora's Mask. Not at all. No? But don't you think I kind of look like him, right? Equal levels of swag. Why did I just pause? Oh, I just paused because in the lens cave when I do a backwalk like that, I pause. Nice brain. All right. Good luck with your life, Nina. I think my slop arc is already coming to an end, actually. I've decided to produce good content instead of slop. And by I've decided to produce, I mean I've decided to make Misa produce. That's also true, Simp. That pause was really something. You seem like a rando main right now, though, Samp. Are you a rando main? It's just impossible. Incredible. Incredible. Yeah, max percent first cycle doesn't really make a lot of sense when you can become human. Although you could just consider that a major glitch. I really do think this is probably my hottest take on. No, never mind. I have so many hot takes on the rule set, on rule sets, but or on speedrun rule sets in general. But I really think that no major glitches should not just be a general, the list. There shouldn't just be a general list of major glitches that can apply to any category. When you say no major glitches, that should mean major within the context of whatever the goal is of this category. So the list of major glitches for any percent should be different from the list of major glitches for 100%, should be different from the list of major glitches for max percent first cycle. Because obviously for max percent first cycle, human in first cycle is a major glitch. And obviously for 100%, like duping heart pieces is a major glitch. And if you do it that way, if you define it that way or set it up that way, then you don't even need a source requirement, which is this whole other like secretly weird complicated thing in the 100% rule set that we have right now. Yeah, but I'm saying this is a better way of handling that that problem that source requirement is trying to address. It's a more general and a simpler and a more straightforward and cleaner way of handling it. I don't understand this comment, Tito. So the major glitches, as the rules currently work in this game, the two major glitches are SRM, which is what allows you to do ace, and text overflow, which is what allows you to open the debug menu and like give yourself every item and stuff. But I'm saying that what constitutes a major glitch should, in my preferred rule set, this is not how it currently works, but my preferred way of setting up the rules for this game would be that different categories have different glitches that are considered major in the context of that category. So for any percent and all masks, it wouldn't have to change at all, but like for 100%, we would have to consider other things major glitches, like stuff that dupes items and whatnot. And then, yeah, that would let us clean up the 100% rules by removing the source requirement. But like I said, this is I'm sure that is a hot take. I'm sure that most people do not want that. Do I have any cool takes? Majora's Mask is a cool speed game. Is that cool enough for you? Doorbell is gonna jump scare me again? Probably. Oh, is that guy here to fix the door? Can you handle that? Oh, the lawn mowing people. Just ignore. Thanks for the warning. Samp, you might want to ask how big the lawn is before you offer that. If he calls, Misa, if he calls, I'm gonna tell you to run down here and grab my phone. And talk to him. It's so great having an unpaid intern. It really is. Like the sub badges. It really was about time. 8 years late, I added sub badges. But look, we had to wait for the right idea to come along. And then we had to wait an extra, like, year for me to actually do it. But, you know. Cheers, Virginia. Well, again... again, it was largely Misa who did it. I mean... yeah. A lot of the tedious part was offloaded to Misa. So you should definitely gift her a lot of tier 3 subs. I haven't even gotten a 211 yet, so there's no reason to be proud of me. Oh yeah, it was your idea. Shout out Aloe. Actually a genius idea, genuinely. Hey, I clicked some buttons. I downloaded the model and took a picture of it and sent it to you. Okay, look. I had to figure out how to, yeah. I really am lazy sometimes, man. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Misa already got gifted. But yeah, Aloe would be a fantastic gift target as well. There's just no time to do things, man. Goodbye, Sam. Bye-bye. Frank, thanks for gifting a sub to Aloe. Huge. Does that work? Please work. No, man, come on. I waited so long to curve that, and it was still early. How does this work again? Like that, maybe? Do we continue this? Okay. Let's just see what's up with this pace. Okay. Whoops. Meant to side hop there. I don't know. I don't know how that stuff works. Okay, so like one tiny mistake just lost me like probably close to a minute. But otherwise this is like perfect. What do? I feel like I gotta continue, man. Yeah, yesterday was sad. Mistakes can just snowball. If it's a mistake you've never made before and it requires a weird backup, it can very easily snowball into a lot of time. Okay, I only have one bomb. Should I guess I should get the drop. How do you find new ways things can go wrong given the thousands of hours with the game? Yeah, good question. I mean, there are just a million things that can go wrong, though. That's kind of what makes the whole run hard. There's just like... yeah. I'm just sprinting through a minefield doing this run. Guess I should like pull a bomb any percent style like that. Okay. That worked out kind of nicely. Sketch. I am going to be on beeping hearts, which kind of sucks. But yeah, there's a lot of reasons why I might not discover something, or might never be forced to consider a certain scenario until, or might not encounter a new way that something can go wrong. Like, one category of thing that can happen is as you get better at the game, the way that you do one thing shifts, and in a way that's actually better. It's actually like maybe you learn to react faster to one particular thing that you were always trying to react as quickly as possible to, but you know, as you get better and better at the game, slowly you figure out how to react slightly faster. But then reacting just one frame faster changes the visual cue for the next thing that you have to do, or changes something else. And so getting better at one thing actually breaks something else. That's one kind of type of thing that can happen. But also, like, what happened yesterday is just like, I was nervous. And so my hand was like not as steady on the control stick as it usually is, and so I failed a trick that's usually like not really something that you should fail. If I'm not nervous, I'm not really gonna fail an ESS dupe, so I don't really think about it as something that needs like every possible backup scenario thought out. But obviously on a really good pace, nerves are a thing, so probably I should think about that kind of stuff. But then another category of reasons why you might not know about a way that something can go wrong is just it's just like super rare RNG scenarios, right? Like, some tricks have super rare RNG scenarios. Like 1 in 1,000 or less. Like, doesn't matter how much you practice it, you might have just never seen that. And then, it's not just that when you see it for the first time, you can lose a run to it. It's that after you've seen it for the first time, you go back into practice and you think, okay, well, how am I going to make it so that even if that does happen, the 1 in 1,000 where it does happen, even if that happens, I'm not going to lose my run to it. That might require you to change something else about your strat, which might break something else that you don't expect. So there can be this cascading effect of like... And that's why Lullaby Skip has taken me so long to get consistent. Because when I wasn't satisfied with the level of consistency that I was at a couple months ago, and so I started thinking about some of these weird scenarios and coming up with ways to make those scenarios work. But then I broke some of the I had to relearn certain things about the trick overall to make that happen. It's like so fucking complicated. And this is still a little earlier than I would like. How do I do with nerves on stage? Not that bad, but I think it's pretty normal to have some amount of nerves. Like, I'm expecting to fail some easy things, and I've got backups planned for every scenario. Which, well, that's not true, because that's not possible, but, you know, trying to put as much thought as possible into covering every possible scenario. But yeah, I don't really get nerves in general these days nearly as much as a lot of people do. Dude, I'm just gonna try this again. This is so sad right now. Jesus Christ. Like, when I get on a good pace, even like last night, I was a little nervous because it was like by far my best pace ever. Like, that could have easily been a 210 at the time that the run died. Easily, it could have been a 210. That would have been insane to skip 211. So I was like a little nervous about that, but like some people are nervous when they're on any kind of PB pace at all the time. And when I used to run this game back in 2017, it was like that for me as well. That's very sad. I practiced that so much today because I've been failing it. Curious how bad this alien split is gonna be. It's gonna be pretty bad. Don't have that issue because you never get on PB pace. Genius. Genius. No, that's... Okay, that's actually one thing that I explicitly, like, think about, like... Well, it's related to something that I think about, which is that if you never get on PB pace, you're probably going to be more nervous when you finally do get on a PB pace, right? So, like, it's important to choose your strats so that you can be consistent enough that it doesn't feel like the craziest fucking thing ever, that you just have to clutch it. You know, it should, you know, when you lose a good pace, it should feel like, you know, bad, but not like the end of the world. I think you have to choose your strats and how much you want to practice based on, you know, trying to make it feel like that. That's not gonna work. I guess that's pretty fast to just back up a little bit to fix that. Yes, this is... I mean, honestly, it's been good. Other than that one mistake that probably caused, like, a minute. This has been good. So... yeah, I don't know. Could bring this back. I have a history of PBing on runs that, or not just PBing, but reaching my goal with runs that have extremely stupid, huge time losses at the very beginning that most people would probably just reset. And yeah, that the metaphor makes some amount of sense. I mean, I see what you mean. Yeah, the RNG thing. I mean, I've been thinking about like even twin mold. Like I've been fighting twin mold since 2017. Nothing has really changed about that fight in terms of like big picture strats, but there's so much RNG to that fight that I'm always trying to think of new ways to like, you know, based on where he comes up, based on the pattern I get, or like the first few seconds of the pattern, I can choose like where I'm gonna stand to aim at him, right? And I'm always trying to come up with new ideas about why it might be optimal to stand, you know, if he's really close, like, and moving in this way, maybe I want to stand in dead center of the platform, whereas if he's doing some other thing, maybe I want to get as close as possible. There are scenarios where you actually want to get as far as possible. There are scenarios where you like you have to kind of predict what direction he's gonna move, because he can block him, you know, he can block his own tail so that it makes it harder for you to shoot him. So you have to try to also stand in a spot where you can see his whole body as much as possible. Shit's just so complicated. I knew that was gonna happen. It was a little too slow. It's frame late, dude. Scary. Damn, dude. This is very sad. This is very sad. Dude! I feel like I should reset now, but I I also feel too committed to reset now. Just garbage backups, man. Garbage quick spins, garbage backups. I'm gonna pull up my PB and see how bad this is. Okay, he pulls the ocarina at 4640. So we're at least a minute behind. Like a minute 10 behind almost. I'll continue it. I'll continue it. I guess I'm not super likely to make it. It's gonna be a little tight. It's gonna be a little tight to make it to aliens, so I guess I'll be aggressive with that so that the run has a chance of dying, since it's pretty terrible. Yo, Delta, thanks for the good luck. Bro. Guess this isn't that tight. But if I don't get the bomb drop from the first group of bushes, I'm gonna go for it from both of the other groups of bushes, and then it'll be tight to make it. And I didn't get it. Wrong chat, or... No bomb drop, please, dude. No bomb drop, what the fuck? I want to reset. Oh god. I just went early again. Okay, I'm gonna reset. What? Okay. I'm gonna reset, and I also need to BRB. You can watch the aliens take the barn. BRB. We're so back. We're so back. I love the rainy vibe in MM. Let's reset the timer. Have you been playing any good games recently, Aloe? Hope the piss went well. That was a pretty long piss. The mysterious activities went very well, though. Thanks for asking. Is one of the later sub badges Link just dead on the floor or something? So I won't spoil it, but it's not there yet because no one has more than an 8 years or more than a 7.5 year badge, including myself right now. But I have some ideas for the last like few. Or I have a funny idea. Oh, we're playing Metroid Prime. Nice. I really loved Metroid Prime 1 and 2 when I was a kid. I think I loved 2 more. Honestly. It's probably a hot take. Been reading again, thanks to me partly. Nice. What kind of stuff you been reading? I feel weird talking about reading on twitch.tv, but it seems like a lot of people are like, they just need that little push to get into it. Until you get the dark suit. Okay, yeah, I didn't get that far. I don't think I got that. That's like pretty far, right? Pretty far into the game. The most recent time I replayed it, it was still a long time ago, but most recent time I tried to replay it, I got maybe 5 or 6 hours in. I was thinking it held up pretty well. But yeah, as a kid, I thought it was really cool. Dark suit is at the end of the intro? I don't remember the game at all then, I guess. I'm pretty bad at remembering specifics about games. I just remember how I feel about them and vibes and like abstract things that were interesting about them. Oh. I don't know, as long as you're taking like a significant amount of damage, I feel like it's fine. I think for most people it's like still a huge pain point, a huge thing that they hate about the game. that the Dark World is even like a thing at all. I guess it's similar to the timer in Majora's Mask. People, you know, people who are not action gamers, people who are in it for like the adventure and the exploration and stuff, and the vibes, really do not fuck with timers in games. Yeah, I mean, I'm still usually not a big game replayer. I always want to see something new. So I actually have never played Pikmin at all. I really need to try Pikmin 1. Okay, I mean, I believe you. That makes sense. I just yeah, I just don't remember. Don't know who Natsume Soseki or Father Brown is. But sounds cool. Yeah, I have heard people talking about the like big differences between the Pikmin games like that. People have their strong preferences. I want to say someone was talking about how Pikmin 4 has like a mode that makes it more like Pikmin 1, or at least like makes it more arcadey in some way. Like after you beat the main game, you can do it or something. I might be kind of messing it all up, misremembering it, but something like that. Oh, G.K. Chesterton. I'm a big Chesterton nonfiction fan. I haven't. I actually have. I downloaded his book, The Man Who Was Thursday, or something like that. I think that might be the title. It's a really weird title, but I heard that was. Someone told me that was his best fiction. So I'm gonna give that a try. I have it on my phone to read at some point. But yeah, I really like his essay collection Heretics. That was there's really a lot of interesting ideas in there. I'm usually not big on nonfiction in general, but well, especially old nonfiction, because I feel like the type of ideas that you get in nonfiction, they're usually like the type of ideas that if someone says them once, then they kind of get assimilated into like culture, and then people build on them, and like, you know, such that if you live 100 years later than when this nonfiction book was written, usually you like kind of have some you've been exposed to the ideas in some twisted form. You know, maybe there's still something you could get out of reading the original like source of those ideas, but often you kind of have the gist already. But with Chesterton, I find that he has a very particular style that no one else I know of has really even come close to emulating. Or and not just a style of writing, but a way of thinking and a way of like yeah, discovering just like counterintuitive insight about the world. The man who thanks God it's Thursday. Guy who thanks God it's Thursday. Yeah, that makes sense, Alo. Yeah, I should read some of his fiction too, but I should also read more of his nonfiction, honestly. But yeah, Chesterton is great. Did I just take a step? I hope not. Oops. Oh, I didn't even read the rest of this comment because I got so excited about G.K. Chesterton. The most famous contemporary literature author from Japan in the last century. Interesting. Really? Famous in Japan or famous anywhere? Because I feel like, what's his name? I feel like there's two Japanese authors. Isn't Murakami Japanese? Japanese writer, and I forget the other guy's name. I haven't read any of his things, but Oh, from the 1900s. Okay, word. Well, isn't Mer? I feel like yeah, I feel like these people were active in like the later part of the 20th century, but maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, not familiar. Recommend his book Kokoro. I'll look it up at least. I haven't been reading enough recently. Get up there, dude. Oh yeah, I finished Gravity's Rainbow. I haven't really started anything big since then. I've been reading some Faulkner short stories, though. I got this massive Faulkner short story collection. It's like 800, 900 pages. I've read like 200 pages worth or something. And I've been reading a bunch of Substack and stuff. You want to wrap back to replaying games? Mention another reason you don't like replaying games? Yeah, okay, yeah, I've heard this kind of point before about, you don't want to revisit things because they're like tied to a particular time in your life and you cherish that memory and you're afraid of overriding it. I think my memory is just not good enough for that to be a factor for me. I just don't remember like what... Like, I don't know if I was just too escapist as a kid or what, but like, I do not tie... Like, I don't remember what was going on in my life while I was playing Majora's Mask. I was just playing Majora's Mask. I think my life as a kid was all about video games. I think that's what it is. There is no other life to, But I guess... There's no other life to connect to is what I'm saying, but I guess it might not be about connecting to your real life. It might just be like remembering the experience of playing it for the first time, which... Honestly, as I already said, I don't really remember much of my playthroughs of things. Even things I played very recently, like I forget a lot of specifics. Anyway. Yeah, Gravity's Rainbow was a very interesting book. A very, very difficult and confusing book. Having read a couple other Pension novels before, I was expecting it to not be that difficult for me, but it still totally was. It was way more confusing, I feel like. Definitely need to read it again at some point. But it was still enjoyable, even though there was clearly a lot going over my head. Fucking insane novel in a lot of ways. Emotions and memory are strongly linked, yeah. Yeah. That's for sure. I mean, being happy makes it easier to form emotions, first of all. Right? Because, like, dopamine. I don't know, stuff about dopamine. But also, when you remember something you haven't remembered in a long time, it can instantly trigger emotions from that time. Maybe that's part of my problem. I was like emotionally dead inside as a kid for like at least 10 years. I was too stoic as a kid, I think. But I think that's a good, in a way it's a good thing, like, if you're too stoic as a kid and then you grow out of it. It's good to always have that as like a, safety measure or something. To be able to, like, handle really difficult situations when they come up. It's good to be able to fall back to that mindset. Yeah. Yeah, I'm lucky enough to not have any like super traumatic memories that I am aware of. Yeah. Where do you check for Crash Team Racing sale? Oh, like I guess the remake. The remake of Crash Team Racing. I don't know. I was looking into it and I was feeling like I should play the original rather than the remake. I can't remember why I decided that. But it seems like that would require me to. It seems like the way to do that is to emulate it. Yeah, I get the sense. It seems like the consensus is that they're both good, but people disagree on which one has the edge. Yeah, I don't exactly remember what made me decide the original. I mean, I do just default to the original though. In most cases. I'm starting to think about that nap. Yo, Grego. Ouch. But yeah, I got a lot of other games to play right now. I'm probably not going to play Crash Team Racing or any of the stuff that people are constantly recommending me anytime soon. But Crash Team Racing is definitely higher on the list than most of the recommendations I get in here. I've played like... I've apparently played like every other Naughty Dog game, so I feel like I should, for completion's sake, play Crash Team Racing. Yeah, lots of books too. And yeah, I'm not making much progress on the games or the books because of this. Mario Kart World, the superior racing game. We've already proven once and for all that the superior racing game is Crazy Taxi. That's never gonna change. How? Are people like really that hyped about Mario Kart Worlds? How is it being received? I don't really even know at all. Yo, they gotta remake Crazy Taxi for the Zoomers as Crazy Uber, or else they're not gonna understand. Maybe at least 20 more video essays. When I see a video essay, I don't watch it, but I assume their opinion based on the title and thumbnail, and I adopt the opposite opinion. Giga Chad. Early. Well, I guess it's kind of complicated. It could be that you have the right opinion for the wrong reasons. A Victorian Zoomer. Research about why Majora's Mask is an underrated masterpiece? Or like research like Elden Ring lore research. We're cooking. What? That must have been so close. In two different ways to working. Whatever, it's still decent. Yo, we gotta make Crazy Taxi. Yeah, we gotta make Crazy Taxi for the Victorian era gamers. Crazy Rickshaw. No, that's great, man. Majora's Mask will get its flowers 500 years in the future. I think about this stuff a lot. What games from today will people remember 500 years from now? I think it's a very interesting question. And I really hope the answer is Syncopause and nothing else. Well, part of the problem is we don't know to what degree society is going to collapse in the next 500 years. So, you know, we might be in the Dark Ages, and that would be very different from, like, 500 years of normal, relatively normal society. But let's just assume 500 years of relatively normal society. You know, some ups and downs, some depressions and whatnot, but nothing, like, that wipes out the entire internet. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess if nothing wipes out the entire internet, though, if we get a relatively normal progression of society, like, people do remember things that are historically important. But, like, yeah, I guess I'm more concerned with, I'm more interested in, like, what games will we look back on as, like, these ones were kind of, like, ahead of their time, like, you know, onto something that, you know, forward thinking in some way or something. But yeah, like, it's really interesting, like, you know, will people even remember Miyamoto or Kojima? So, like, I think things get really, things can very easily get twisted in, like, historical shit like this. Like, 500 years from now, I would not be surprised if no one knows that, you know, Zelda was heavily inspired by, like, Tower of Druaga and stuff like that, because Miyamoto has, like, seemingly gone out of his way to hide that information. And I'm sure there's other stuff like that, but, like I think Balatro is recently getting a lot of credit, or recently got a lot of credit for things that came from Syncopause, and, like, other roguelikes have gotten credit from things that come from Michael Bro. Like, I think it's likely that the originators get forgotten. The originators of things get forgotten. But maybe that doesn't really actually matter that much. Credit, who gets credit for things, maybe it doesn't really matter that much. I think people who do real important things and that their goal is to do real important things mostly don't care about credit that much. There is no way, man. There's just no way. Shakespeare probably wasn't one guy. I find it plausible that Shakespeare was one guy. But I don't know, I'm not that deep into Shakespeare. But yeah, I think about that with like writers a lot. Like, how many of the best writers of all time are completely forgotten with no possible chance of recovering? Recovering their work or whatever. Not just best in terms of like they wrote something that was important at the time, but really? But like, you know, stuff that was written a long time ago that could have that could still be enjoyable today. Yikes, man. This is so bad. Gotta invert right now. Interesting. Wow, insane backups. Finally. Finally, man. But yeah, I do think more great stuff is being forgotten nowadays than in the past. Like, just because we're just drowning in content, it's really, really hard to find the hidden gems, and because culture, like, mainstream taste is like worse than ever, I think. You know, there used to be A little more of a sense of... There used to be tastemakers who knew things. What the... Sure. I'm already out of my slop era, man. Since starting the stream, I exited my slop era. But yeah, I think the whole drowning in content thing is actually less the central issue. The central issue is mostly that there's no authority on taste. Like general video game taste, most people's video game taste is like really bad compared to most people's literature taste. And it's not just because people who are into literature are smarter or something like that. It's because they're just parroting what they hear from some person or some website or whatever that they consider like the authority on taste, and that person or that website got it from someone else. Like there's a legacy of taste making in literature that has, you know, determined what the great books are a long time ago, and mostly the determinations were pretty, you know, correct. Pretty decent picks. And the whole world of literature benefits from... How do I keep pausing a frame rate? Benefits from that like legacy taste existing, whereas video games were born in this era where no one really knows what's good. I guess it's you know, it goes back to like postmodernism and stuff like that. The legacy taste is from before postmodernism told everyone that no one knows what's good. Video games were born in postmodernism, so everyone just thinks that you can't say anything about what games are good, or no one... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say here, but... Hopefully I've kind of said something that's interesting. How, man? How? need to target this dragonfly. Oh god. I'm just gonna go for that, okay. This might just be dead. Yeah, YouTube recommendations definitely want to push slop on you. I think... I think mine are pretty decent, but I also don't use them that much. No, yeah, a curator, yeah. A tastemaker is not really a valid career. You can't make a career out of being a tastemaker nowadays, unless you have bad taste. Unless you just have taste that happens to line up with the bad taste that most people have in whatever area you're trying to work in. Or you have some other crazy, like, advantage, like you're just already famous unrelatedly or something. Even still, I think that would be difficult to make people care about what you like. Crowdfunding was supposed to be the solution to these niche curators actually being able to make a living. I mean, it really is just like... Yeah, I mean, it's a chicken and egg problem. Or like a... You know... You can't get those curators making money without without people developing some taste. But we can't develop some taste without curators out there doing a good job. So like really what needs to happen is people need to we need like massive donors, you know, who are willing to be patrons of that kind of work. And I think we also, though, there's also just ways in which video games haven't totally figured it out yet. Figured out how to be deep and complex and interesting, the type of thing that people should care about 300 years from now, but also be like catchy, I don't know a better word, but like, you know, instantly appealing. Like I think it's possible to be more to balance both of those things, or to be more instantly appealing while still having the depth and stuff. To do that better than any existing games pretty much. So I think we also need patrons for that kind of design. You know, designers who are trying to do that kind of thing. I don't even know what I said. I don't even know what I said that you're joking about. I don't even remember. Yeah, like in the ancient times, you know, at least in some historical societies, like, powerful people, kings and stuff, would just fund artists. It's really easy for them to do that, you know? But we, I guess, just have an incredibly tasteless billionaire class. Like, I'm not gonna pretend I've like looked into the type of like charity work that like Bill Gates and them are doing and stuff, but like, I'm extremely skeptical that most of that is actually very effective. I think a lot of it is just signaling, you know. Oh, Jesus. 0 for 2 on this today. It's terrible. Like, I think it's kind of what he's doing what he has to do to not have his house burned down because he has $1 billion, you know. If he can say, oh, I'm giving money. I'm giving all my money to charity, then people won't hate him. But I just feel like there are better uses of that money. Most charities are just not even anywhere close to as effective as you think they are. I didn't see it, but I heard about it, Chris. Dude, I would give Michael Bro so much money. I would give Michael Bro so much money to do just whatever he wants. That guy like has it figured out and really just needs money. I'm not putting the explosion video on stream, dude. That's like sad. What are we doing here? Are we doing both grass patches? I mean, we really need a bomb drop, so. Oh, Christ. No bomb drop. Well, I guess the run might just be dead. Like, I'm on perfect bomb count, even with getting a bomb drop later. And I get one try at this. Okay. Michael Bro is the creator of a series of strategy roguelikes. Most notably for me, Syncopaw is my favorite game ever. I think that hit him, right? Yeah. It's not sad? No one died or anything? Please turn, thank you. I actually think that, you know, Elon Musk putting his whole fortune and... Nice inverted cam. Putting his whole fortune and life, you know, into trying to go to Mars or whatever it is that he's trying to do is one of the better, possibly the best billionaire class investments or whatever. Okay, I actually got the stuff. I guess this is continuable. This is just incredibly sketchy. but I guess that's okay. Still haven't broken the seal. Does that mean you haven't like cracked it, like you haven't figured it out? Or does that mean you haven't like opened the box and haven't tried it at all? I'm guessing you haven't tried it at all. Too daunting. You gotta just give it a try. You gotta just give it a try. Played some Sunil stuff. It's not the same, man. It's not the same. I've tried a couple of them. They're fine. You know, they're fine, but nothing, nothing even comes close to comparing to Syncopause. It's just an insanely good game. Just popped off because I was thinking about Syncopause the whole time. But yeah, it is difficult to... It's a difficult game. It's like the most difficult game. Maybe. In some sense, it's the most difficult game. But it's so worth it. I failed that again. What? Okay, apparently that is something that is happening. Yeah. Yeah, my right ESS is really unsteady. Or like I'm not holding deep enough into it. I swear it didn't. I swear it wasn't like that on my old controller though. Like it's unsteady even though my thumb is steady. Please. Half of this controller is from years ago. The other half is from maybe like 1 year ago or something. To make this controller, I had two controllers, and one of them had a better stick, and the other one had a better shoulder buttons. And I took the good shoulder buttons and the good stick and put them together and save, and I'm saving that controller for any percent. And this is the one with the bad stick and the bad shoulder buttons. This fucker needs to come back here. I have no idea if there's a guy like right here. Nice. What a read. What a read. Okay, this should be some time save. Why did I Frankenstein my controller instead of getting all good parts? Because these controllers are like $150. And I'm broke. Note that we have literally 0 bombs. Also note the only reason we have arrows and magic is because I got them at the very, very last second before I ran out of time during Aliens. Thanks for the good luck with the money. Yeah, that was pretty lucky. Not like insanely lucky, but like probably above average luck. Dude, this run yesterday was like minus 30 here or something. That was insane. think they just started doing this. They just started stealing the milk. I don't know. Although, what's her name? Malin. Romani. Romani can shoot the bow, apparently. What's she up to? Ooh, this magic. I didn't realize I was not at full magic. But that should be okay. Hopefully I get the lucky magic drop from this grass here. Otherwise I have to conserve during PF. Nice, nice, nice. Whoops. Forgot the text. Started mashing B. Lots of lore implications here. I don't know, haven't considered it. Any bonkers? So I can't save my whole 17 seconds here because I have to get a bomb drop which costs 7. But once I get into PF interior, we're back on track. Whoops. I thought that wasn't gonna work. I thought I didn't back up far enough. Ron's dead. No way, bro. No way. Fuck. I shielded a frame earlier than I rolled. That threw off my whole shit. Apparently. Forgot I added this. Yeah. I do feel like that. I do feel like that, man. Feeling good though. We go again, for sure. Not at all sleepy. We go again. Yeah, I totally forgot I added that. I need to be able to see like my most recently added emotes. Because I just forget what I add. Not slept yet today. Eepy. Yeah, dude, I woke up at like 3:30 or something. But I've been feeling pretty wired, like inexplicably wired. I feel like I'm just now starting to feel a little bit sleepy. No, I don't drink coffee. It upsets my stomach too much. I'm coffee intolerant, I guess. Also, I don't know, people people seem like they're addicted to coffee. I feel happy that I am not dependent on anything like that. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's super harmful or anything, but I just don't want to need anything. I don't want to need things. I don't want to be a needy boy. Yo, Teufel. Thanks for good luck. I've tried eating stuff with it. It doesn't really... I don't know. But caffeine also doesn't really seem to do much for me anyway. Like... One time I got caffeine pills because I had to like drive late at night and I thought it would help me stay up. It did not help at all. I tried it a couple other times, like just to see if I could notice any difference. I could not notice a single difference from taking like way more caffeine than most people would get an obvious effect from. Yeah, see, that just seems bad, the withdrawal. Withdrawal. That's why I'm making myself stop eating sugar right now, because I realized that I have a terrible withdrawal when I stop eating sugar. I don't know. I feel like most things, you know, if you're eating zucchini every day and then you stop eating zucchini, I don't think you're gonna have a withdrawal. You know, if I'm Speedrunning Majora's Mask every day. And then I decide I'm gonna read books instead. I don't think I'm gonna have a withdrawal. Is that what the Z stands in Z, Chris? Is that what the Z stands for? Holy lore drop. Huge lore drop. Okay, if you're zucking on some zucchini for like hours every day, then who knows what's going on in your brain. I don't think anyone has any reason to believe that they can say what's going on in your brain. You ever just like think you see a spider out of your peripheral vision? Please enter the damn flower, bro. And then you look over and there's nothing. Schizo. What? Schizo cat moment. Why did that not work? I swear that was the right frame. Oh, I forgot that I can't try it again. Maybe this is my sign that I should take a nap. And then come back after dinner. What do we think? Will you guys still love me if I turn the stream off for now and come back after dinner? Okay. Getting kind of sleepy. Maybe I can nap now. Okay, catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Be back in a few hours. Leave stream on for ads. I'm not on that level like certain gamers are. Okay. See ya. Bye bye.